Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk about my worst and the best trades. It was my stupid mistake. Maybe my greed played into it. It was 2 years ago. I was in Russia, but I was in plus of a few $1,000s, going to a few tens of thousands. It drifted apart and then went into my stop loss, and I lost about, let's see, it's about $4,000. Back then, it was a lot of money back for me. I couldn't afford the whole loss back then because I was so excited to see the crude number coming into 66, around $65. I thought it would gonna react right away to go up to 90 immediately because I was looking at the price from falling from 125 to 80, 90, 75, and 65. And I bought immediately there, around 65, 66. But since I was too greedy, I doubled, tripled this kind of position back then. So I enlarged just because I was greedy. And then when I lost that money, I had to earn back everything, which took me longer time for me to recover emotionally. And I couldn't easily forget about this. But after I waited and waited until it fell down about $50 to $60. And then I took another long. It was after 1 year. It was this year when I had the recent best trade was this year, January to until the wartime. So how I trade crude oil is based on news. Because news drives crude oil very volatile way. Because crude oil is all about geopolitical and which country, which group of people they gain the most power. So for example, US right now, they want to have a power against China. So right now what they're trying to do is take over this Hormuz, Strait of Hormuz and this MENA area and Middle East so that China cannot easily import the crude oil. So that's why they're playing with it. And right now the crude oil price went up to $80 again from $67. I personally think that it's gonna go up higher. But this trade, in the beginning of this year, it was early January, and then I took it because I felt like this was the bottom of the crude because in geopolitical wise, a lot of things were moving. I was also in Russia as well, my parents-in-law's home, and I was reading news and I was looking at how Trump would move, how the US would move. And then I thought, back then it was not Trump. So I thought that the crude oil will not fall below 50. Because back then, a lot of people expected to fall until 40, until 35, which I didn't expect. And then a lot of these people in the internet, they just copy whatever other people say, like what majority of the people say. But I don't like to do it. Even if I'm wrong, I like to say what I think it's right. So if you go to my Substack, if you go to my LinkedIn or anywhere, you'll be P&L apps. You'll be able to see my analysis. And I went for long, and I posted on this TradingView. I have my laptop here. That's why I'm looking at this side. TradingView community that is gonna go up, and it went up. Then about $102. It went up to like $120, $119. And then from 102, I had a short position until 67, about 68, $67.15. And then I had this position which was consecutive good. It's like a flow of a good profits. It's not one profit, then it was two profits. While I was doing it, because I was scared that the price might go up until 200, which I thought it was nonsense, but a lot of people were saying around March, April, a lot of people were saying that the price is gonna go 250, 200, 150. Even if I have experience in this crude, we cannot exclude what a lot of people, what majority of people say. So why I thought that this was important is because when I was in Dubai 2 years ago, I met this friend who was working in a crude oil company. And he trades crude oil only. So he said that crude will fly up to 200. So I thought that maybe this is the time. So I was very cautious about crude oil flying to 200. Also, this year, people saying, and during March and April, that crude will fly up to 200 to 250. So I hedged. I left some of my positions. For example, I had one lot going from here to there. My loss was, I can tell you, about 3,000, and my profit I had was 34, around this dollars, 34,000. So I took out not until 120, 115. I took out when it was 91, because I checked for this price to go and fall down, and then I took out. So I sold at the level of shoulder, not in the head. I did one lot long, and then when it went to 102, I shorted half lot, because even if it goes up, I can hedge, right? So it went up to 80, then went up to 91, 92, and then I cleared my position. I checked that the price is not gonna go up above 105 again. So when it went up to around 102, I shorted again, and then I ate until 67.15. When I was trading for the first time in a long term, I thought that I understood crude oil very well, but I was not understanding crude oil at all before. And also, it wasn't a very good time for me to long-term crude long. It might have been good if it was like short-term, 1 or 2 months, but not good for 4 or 5 months. I mean, it's not investment. It's more of positional trading. I love to do positional trading. When I first did my very, very first emotional trades, I was very altered by my emotions. Every day was like, did it go up? Did it go down? If it went down, I was like, oh my God, will it go down more? If it goes up, I told you I'm right. I wasn't sure about my trades. But now these days, within 1 or 2 years, I'm more assured of my long-term trades. Because I like to do positional trading more. When I was young, about 15 years old, I started investing because of my parents. They taught me how to invest. Investing is very long time, few years. I tried day trading and it was not suiting for me. Probably because of my background as well in investing. So I found my comfort zone, which is positional trading. When I day trade, I also sometimes have some emotional ups and downs. During news hours, very emotional, because I don't know where the news will direct me to. I don't know where the news will direct the graph, up or down. I don't know where to. I just buy, forget about it, and after a few months, I come back and I see profit or I see minus. But I know that most of the times I'm in plus, and I do positional trading. In line, I do investing as well. But as the time goes, you have to find your own comfort zone. You have to find your own ways of choosing the time frames. You don't have to be profitable in day trading. If you are profitable in scalping, I mean, it's also part of day trading, but if you are profitable in swing trading or positional trading or investments, then you should never do something short term. You should go for longer term, because that suits you more. It means that suits you more. So find that. first. Try to do different types of trading and find it first. Develop your reasonings to have your own positions. And then forget about your positions. All right? And come back after a few days, few weeks, few months. It's all good. Okay? So today we covered how I went into my positions, previous positions in my crude oil, and my losses, my good trades, and that I'm not going into a trade too often. Within 6-7 months this year, I went into 2 trades only, 3 trades, because right now I'm in 1 more trade. I'm targeting until 95 to 100. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time with my updated positions. I hope it goes in plus.